Hi, how are you
Hi,
today?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
So, what would you like to discuss today?
Today I'd like to discuss the 九份. Have you ever heard 九份?
No, I haven't.
No, maybe young guy no 九份. Philippine
Uh,
no. Now 他 people 荷兰 or Korea, Japan, they like to go to 九份. One of the
oh,
tutors
mm,
daughter
mm,
get married, and the honeymoon is is come to Taiwan, especially the go to the
mm,
Jiufen in the mountain area in Taipei. So the neighboring area include the Jiufen and Shifen and the Pinxi. And that space is in the Pinxi they had the sky lantern. Have you ever heard sky lantern?
mm,
That had the balloon, that had the hot air balloon. They can
mm,
fly to the sky, but they are made of the paper, and they burn uh, burn they burn something inside the balloon, and so they had hot air. And the hot air had rice, and they usually had rice some of there's some which in the lantern, and they fly to the sky. And after the fuel burn out, the lantern will hold down, and they think that their wish will be control. Yeah, and Shiwen is maybe near to the Pinxi, and the Jiufen. Pinxi and Shiwen I ever been to one time, but the people went to Shiwen not to watch the Shiwen waterfall. And unfortunately, the last time I've been there, cannot watch the waterfall because the waterfall must pass a individual person's property, and people before can come through, go through that property, but later they don't like to let people go to, and the local government try to negotiate with them and to try to reach agreement. But when I've been there, then they are not reaching the agreement, so we cannot pass the property, so cannot watch the waterfall. And the Sufan they had I last time I only like to watch the waterfall, so we stay in the Sufan not long. And today I watched a video, and the Sufan before they had the mining industry there. So but now they all stop in the industry. Maybe 40 or 50 years ago they had already stopped. They run out the coal, coal. They run out of coal. Uh, so people live, some people live there and go to the city. And today and now the government had to develop in the tourist industry. So some experienced miner come back to do the job as like the local guy. And so some the boss of the mining industry may hire the technician to fix their tool, or taking the taking tool, taking the code, and they use such kind of train go into the cave, and they let the people ride on the train and to run into the underground, and they can reach 1,000 meters. They can run 1,000 meters, and the people they say one of the miner say before they walking inside, and so the air is not freshy and very hot, and even the temperature reach 40 or 50 degrees Celsius. And inside is not is darker, and the core is dirty, so the whole body is really dirty, and but the miner like to walk in there because one day they can the money they make they can use for 20 days. So you they had a family for five person, wife and 3 children, and for 5 person. The one day making money can suppose the whole family whole day, and so the payment is really good. But unfortunately, it is very dangerous. Something bad happened. The the people were gone, and the family will lose the support. But people like to do the job because it pay very well. And another is 九份. 九份 is more important. 九份 is not digging the cord, they digging the gold, the gold. And so during the Japanese occupation period, they they digging the gold, and so they are develop very well, and so the town get prosperous. And but the gold run out of the gold, the town was abandoned because people cannot make any living there. And one day, a movie director making a movie called Sad City, and that movie get the movie academy. They joined the movie festival in France or Italy. The city is called Cannes, so they win the Cannes academic academic award. And that story tell the the uh, tell the sad story about the Taiwan's people when the government of the Communist Party government withdraw from mainland China because of defeated by the communists. They withdraw to Taiwan, and because they had some problem, so they had a conflict between Taiwan people and the government's officer or soldier. And that movie, the location is they take Jiufen as the location to make the movie. And so they tell about the Jiufen's history too. And so the Jiufen, because that digging the Gorashi is in the Japanese occupation period, so they tell about although the miner is Taiwanese, but the officer is the Japanese, and so they tell the story, and so because the movie was well all the famous, and so many Japanese know their ancestor, the Japanese, or able and rule Taiwan, especially develop the gold in the Jiufen. So they like to visit Jiufen. So even one time I was trained in the tour guide seminar, in that time is in Taipei. It was only one year, only one time in Taipei. So I joined the Taipei, and I usually join the seminar from Monday to Saturday morning. Usually I come back by the airplane at the afternoon of the Saturday, and usually go back to Taipei to try to join the one the Monday's seminar. I usually take the nine bus, and one time I met two girls riding the same bus asking me, uh, this uh, they speaking in Japan in English. They say, is this bus is for Taipei? It's go to Taipei, and I say yes. And I find them two girls maybe Japanese, so I ask them, are you Japanese? They say yes. Uh, why you take this bus? Where you like to go? They have to come back to Taipei, and next morning they will go back to Japan. And how many days are you stay in Kaohsiung? They only for one day, one day. So where in Taiwan, where have you been? And they say mainly they like to go to Jiufen. Oh, that's the first time I heard of Jiufen. So when I joined the seminar, and usually every Saturday afternoon, I come back home and to occur on the Sunday, and after I know the so-called 九份, so I decide to go, and so I after the seminar at the afternoon I take the bus to go to 九份, and that's the first time I've been to there, and that's 30 years ago. And the second time, I take my daughter and my friend and to go to Jiufen and stay there in the Michiku for one night. And that's the second time. And another time is our company in Taiwan called our company. Our company like to go to Taipei, Jiufen, and the North Coastal Line. So I joined too. So I've been to Jiufen three times. And the Jiufen, there is in the mountain, in the mountain. So people like to go there. They must take the train from Taipei train station and go to the Ruihuang. That's near near the Keelung. And your person, we watch a video, and the people like to go to Jiufen and the Shifen in one day, and how to make the schedule. I heard this watch video. They ask people to get up early because they had no bus from Jiufen to Shifen. They must come back to the Ruihuang station to change the bus, because people in the morning they take the bus. They just suggest the people to go to Shifen Hosti and later to Jiufen, and they give the reason because the people like to go to Shifen. The main purpose is to watch the waterfall, but the waterfall they had a time limitation. They at 5 p.m. the gate to the waterfall they close. So you go to the Jiufen Hosti, and you had no enough time to go to see the waterfall. So they suggest because you can play in the Jiufen even in at night. So you have more time to enjoy in the Jiufen. But in Shifen, the waterfall closes 5 p.m. So you go to Jiufen holiday, and you have no time to enjoy in the Shifen because they only the waterfall and not many places to go. But whereas Shifen, they have many things to watch. They had very busy street and many stores, and people can enjoy eating a traditional food, lots of food. Maybe some food you cannot eat in the other places. and so they suggested to go to Suwon Hostel and later to Jehon because they will stay. They suggest people to stay in spend 3 to 4 hours in the Suwon and to come back to the Ruihuang station and take the bus around 1:40 and after only 对方 to 九份 only take you 15 minutes. So maybe in the in the 2 o'clock you already reach 九份 and you can enjoy many things and around there they have many trails and you can see the scenery and to walking on the street and taste the many kind of the food and make and buy the souvenir you like to get back to send the friend or the family member. And today I watched another video, a person who say sometimes needs complain the domestic traveling is much expensive than travel abroad. So people like to travel abroad, don't like to stay to do the traveling in Taiwan. So he decided to to find out how much one will spend in Taiwan traveling. So he take whole people of the family there, and they find out the food is expensive, and the most expensive is the parking, car parking. And because the check-in time, the Mexico check-in time is 4 p.m. And then when they arrive there already, it's around 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, and so they cannot park in the Minjuku before check-in. So they must park in the private property. So the person who parked there only more than 2 hours and was charged for 150 NT dollars. So he feel it very expensive. And someone take the bus or take the taxi, maybe much cheaper than you spend your time you spend your money to park the car in the private parking lot, something like that. And the goal and the goal because this city also abandoned because the goal is also run out the goal. And the sand there because of the Lamoway and the people like to visit this place and then become the tourist industry booming, something like that. And I've been there 3 times, and every time I find people traveling there, the foreigner is much more than the Taiwanese. Every time, if before, most of them are Japanese, but later are people from mainland China. But recently, there are no mainland China because our government, the ruling party changed. The DPP, the Democratic Progressive Party, is not treated is against the many community. So the government of the mainland China don't like his people to travel in Taiwan. So they had many limitations. So 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 now the tourists, the Korean tourists growing and Japanese growing, but the people from mainland China decrease, something like that. Okay, and there is a 5 minutes left. And what's your comment?
Well, in my country, sky lanterns are not really popular.
Mm-mm.
I was wondering, are sky lanterns eco-friendly?
But then echo, really?
Eco-friendly. Are they eco-friendly? Are
Echo.
they environmentally friendly?
Oh, echo. Maybe maybe not, but the store owners they now they have change, they have some do some change because they use little fuel, and they can control
Oh.
the lantern fly very far, and after they are falling down, the store owner will try to
Oh.
get them back, and that's a good deal.
Oh.
Okay, no, no,
Oh.
yeah.
Okay. So they are not like balloons.
Oh, no, no, no. Yeah.
Because balloons can fly really up in the sky.
Oh,
And that's why in my country,
mm,
people used to let go of balloons
mm,
when there are special events.
mm,
But
mm,
now,
mm.
this is not done anymore because it's bad for the environment. So I
Oh,
was thinking the
mm.
same way about sky lanterns.
Oh,
Although sky lanterns are very beautiful to look at,
no, no, no.
especially at night. Mm.
In Taiwan, only the Pinsy and maybe Suwon, they had the sky lantern only. In other places, they are not.
Oh,
And
oh.
some people criticize, and that is not environmental friendly. But now the
Mm,
owner of the sky lantern store,
mm,
they try to control it. They use
mm.
more little fuel, so they cannot fly far away. So they after they fall down, they try to get them back. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. And where do they fall down? Because for some balloons,
Mm.
when you let go of them, they can fall to the sea, and it can pollute the waters.
Right, right. Yes,
Mm.
but that is a mountain area, and they
Ah,
control the fuel. They cannot fly too
ah.
far. Yeah, and after
Ah.
they land down, they maybe they have some ask someone picker to bring it back. I mean, they pay the money, something like that.
I understand. And you also mentioned
Mm.
about the the check-in time. It was 4 p.m.
Yeah, yeah.
The check 4 p.m. But why so late?
And you mean the what? You mean
And,
the lamp?
and that's why, yes, because you also mentioned that the parking fee was expensive. So
Expensive, right,
some
right.
arrive at 12 p.m. and
Right,
they
right.
have to park in the parking lot because the check-in time is 4 p.m.
Right, right, right. Yes, I don't know. Usually, some places is check-in time is 3 p.m. because they usually the checkout time is 12, and 12
Oh,
after people check out, they must make clean the room, so they take time. Yeah,
so 3 p.m. and checkout time is 12. Ah,
12, right,
at
12. Mm.
12, is that 12 midnight
No, no,
or
no.
12?
12 in the afternoon, and
Oh,
check-in time is 4 p.m. because they need the time to clean the house, clean the room. Yeah.
oh, okay.
Mhm.
Right now I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes,
So the
and
check-in time is depend on the hotel. They are not the same. So people like to
oh,
go to stay in the Winsiku hotel. They better to make a telephone call to make sure what is the check-in time.
mm.
Mm,
Because here in my country, usually
mm.
check-in times are usually at 1 p.m.
Oh, 1 p.m. And so
Yes, 1 p.m.
that maybe that the checkout time maybe the 10 or the 11. So it depends.
Check-out
They,
time is
mm,
12 noon.
tell them,
Mm.
and they had only 1 hour to
Yes,
clean. And
yes, one
especially
hour.
there are many room, and the maid are not so
Uh,
many. They cannot not clean all the house. They cannot
mm,
hire too many because you can do too many. The maid only working hour is only short. They very short. They cannot get enough money to support their family. So they give more time for the maid to do the clean job, and they can make more money. So they hire less maid
mm,
and to
yes.
give in more time to do the clean job. Yeah.
Now I understand. That's a very good explanation. Now,
Mm,
for some just very minor grammar correction, instead of saying I met two girl, it should be I met two girls. You were talking about the Japanese girls
mm,
that you met.
mm,
But as usual,
mm.
it was a very informative presentation and you did a great job. So keep it up and
Thank you.
keep it coming.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you also very much. Have a good night and stay
Okay,
safe and
okay, bye
healthy.
bye, bye bye,
Bye.
bye.